What's up, guys? I'm Durock Shark, and this is my 2006 Saab 9.5, and it's leaking. I was driving home from work, sitting in traffic, and I saw a puff of steam come out of from under the hood. First I thought, must have been another car or something, no big deal. And I did look at the temp gauge, and it didn't read anything weird. So I moved on, kept driving, no big deal. But I kept smelling coolant. So when I got home, I popped the hood, and the reservoir was a little low, not a big deal. And there was something coming from right around there. I don't know how much you can see. Let's see if I can zoom a little. Yeah, right there. It's coming from right in that area, and you can see there seems to be some crusties or something on there. So, decided it was time, or figured it was time for a new radiator or hoses or something. So I've got a new radiator sitting in the garage and a new set of hoses. So this beast and the one down there somewhere, way down there. So we are going to pull all this out and see what we see. Replace it if we need to. Should be fun.
Sorry folks, my microphone took a shit here. Well, I got the upper radiator hose off, and you can see one end had some crunchies in it that came off the radiator. Now I'm taking off the bolts that hold the fan shroud to the radiator. Those two bolts are fairly easy to get to. The biggest challenge I ran into was after I got those bolts out, the fan shroud still wouldn't come out. You see me here just struggling to get this thing loose. And, oh yeah, after I took the wires off. But I'm just pulling on it and twisting it and couldn't figure out how to get this thing out. Turns out since this is an automatic transmission, the transmission cooling lines run underneath the fan shroud and they're bolted to the fan shroud. Really bizarre to me, but there they are. So after fighting with it a little bit more, I had to go underneath and get that last bolt out. And it did mention it in the WIS, but it didn't make sense in the drawings that came with it, so I didn't put two and two together.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, definitely the radiator. Hang on, let me bring you down to it because it's kind of hilarious. There we go. Look at that. That's part of the pipe there. It's just coming apart in my fingers. Definitely toast. Alright. So the trick was to slide this over, just lift it a little bit, slide it over a little bit, and then lift up this corner, the passenger side if you're in North America. So there we go. Well, this took a little figuring out. You see that green thing down there? You have to twist it just enough. I can't show you, but you have to twist it just enough to loosen it, and then you pull it back, and it drains out of a hole in the bottom, so you're not splashing everywhere. So that took a little while to figure out, but it's pretty damn ingenious. I like it.
Sorry, damn microphone crapped out again. So I got the clamps off the lower radiator hose, but for some reason I couldn't get the hose to come loose. It was just glued on. And the angle's really bad to get a good grip on it. I tried using a screwdriver to pry it loose and didn't get anywhere. It was on there for good. Well, I know I've got a new one. So, after one last ditch effort here, nope, give up. Time for a box cutter. Yeah, we'll just cut the thing off. We got a new one, who cares? So, I got it cut off, it's all good. Well, I tried pushing the buttons for the upper radiator mounts through the, whatever you call that, cross member. And, yeah, they'd come loose, but the AC condenser was still there. So I found that it was better if you just pried the mount off the radiator itself, and then you could pop the radiator down beneath it. That went much smoother, and you can see I'm getting things loose, but couldn't quite get the radiator out, and found I had to get the battery and the battery tray out too. Should have done that to begin with. I didn't realize it was going to be quite that tight. You know, most cars you just lift the radiator up and it's out. Not this one. This one's wedged in there pretty good, so lots of stuff ends up having to come out of the car. Just do that to start with, and you're good. And there's my cut radiator hose too.
What a pain in the ass. That was way more trouble than it should have been.
So here we go. I found you have to put the lower radiator hose onto the radiator first before you put it back in. Get the bottom pins aligned with the lower mounts and hook up that hose. So now the radiator is back on its brackets and got to put the fan shroud back in. I don't know why I struggle with this so much. And what's funny is, reading the WIS, it says I should have started on the other end, but whatever. It's in. Put the bolts back in. Lots of fun. I actually spent some time that didn't get filmed putting the wrong screw in there. That was fun. New upper radiator hose. Just putting the clamps. Am I the only one that really hates those clamps? I can't be. Those are annoying. I know they're better than worm clamps, but still. It's easy to put in, no big deal there. Drop it in, put the clamps. All good. That's enough of my back. Come on. Alright, now we're starting to hook things up. Put the intake tube on. Put the screw in the stop in. Later in this video you won't have to listen to me droning like this. I'll have the audio working again. Because I switched from the camera to my phone. And connecting up the fan wiring. And put the overflow hose on. I'm not sure I needed all of this filmed, but you know, if you've never done it before, it might be useful. Otherwise, feel free to skip around on this video and watch what parts you want to watch instead of listening to me. Heat shield, come on. How hard is it to put that on, dude? the heat shield. There you go. Hey, get that nut on there. And the battery tray. You know, every screw or nut that I worked on for this whole project was either a 10 or a 13. That was kind of convenient. I basically just needed different lengths of extensions for the various screws, depending on where they were. Got the battery back in.
There we go. Oh, hush you. See and listen. All the coolant that I spilled on there is coming off now. Yep, it's burning coolant. And I've got a transmission cooler leak. Shit, a lot of it. Alright. I was afraid of that. Alright, I'm stumped until I get some seals.
Yeah, when I replaced that radiator, I forgot to order some seals for the banjos on the transmission line. And you can see how well that worked out. Some chunks missing out of that one, hairs in this one. Yeah, they were leaking. So I'm gonna make those go away and get some new ones. There's the part info if you want to see it. Got them from eEuro. The whole kit of 8, I'm not going to use all 8, but the whole kit of 8 was, you know, $3 plus shipping. The shipping is what killed it. But there we go. We'll get them on there. Well, crap. Yes, the bottom one's leaking, and the only way to get to it is to get the electric fans back out. There we go again. Okay. Damn. Over here I'd like to replace that shift coupler. Oh well. What in the world? Alright, I gotta show you this. What is this? It's covered in silicone. And there's a floppy zip tie. What the hell? If you know what I need to do here or what happened here, let me know in the comments, because this is freaking bizarre. I need a new coupler. I don't know how much you can see. Yeah. It's all cracked up. Anyway, I'll get you back. Alright, I gave it a quick bath. It's better. It's not great, but it's better. Just got some of the worst of the greasy gunk out of the way. So yeah, now it's time to put the fans back in and the last bits and fire it up. This is the stuff I prefer to use, but the nozzle fucked off to who knows where, so can't use that. This works great, but it's a little overkill for what I'm doing here. I'm just getting water and shit out. Do this one too. This one, it got wet. Alright, I'll let those dry for a minute. Alright, everything's together, and I don't see any leaks yet, but the fans haven't kicked on, so once the fans kick on, then I'll know. I'll be absolutely sure, but that seems pretty stable now. Again, you know, the thermostat's got to open before we're 100% on that, but anyway, just waiting for the fans now. Well, it's been like 20 minutes and the fans still haven't come on. But the temperature is right in the middle on the gauge, so it's not overheating. I think this radiator just works too well. As the thermostat opens, the radiator's just taking care of the heat without any fans, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'll just keep an eye on it the first couple of times I drive it. And now it's time for this thing to have a bath. That's just gross. So, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry about the audio problems in the first half of this, but you know, I keep trying different wireless mics and they all just kind of suck. So right now I've got one, I'm using my Samsung Galaxy and a wired mic that plugs into the USB-C port. That seems to be working okay. So anyway, you know what to do. Click the buttons down below and we'll see you next time. Oh, the next video will be doing what I did here I'm going to do it to a couple more cars, but instead of using my HVLP and 2K Clear, I'm going to use some Rattlecan 2K Clear. So make sure you subscribe so you can see that when it comes out. We'll see you guys.